What is the history of psychological profiling? Have you ever wondered how investigators piece together the mind of a criminal? The history of psychological profiling is quite fascinating and has evolved significantly over time. Psychological profiling, also known as criminal or offender profiling, is a method used in criminal investigations to infer the personality and behavioral traits of an unknown perpetrator. This technique is especially helpful in complex cases, such as serial killings, where understanding the motivations behind the crime is crucial. The origins of psychological profiling can be traced back to the late 19th century. One of the earliest known uses of profiling occurred during the investigation of the infamous Whitechapel murders, attributed to Jack the Ripper. Physicians George Phillips and Thomas Bond analyzed crime scene details to predict aspects of the killer's personality. This marked a significant moment in the development of profiling methods, even though it was informal and not yet systematized. Fast forward to the late 20th century, when the practice gained formal recognition. In 1972, the Federal Bureau of Investigation established its Behavioral Science Unit. This was a turning point for profiling, as it laid the groundwork for more structured techniques. By 1978, the FBI launched its psychological profiling program, which refined profiling methods by studying patterns in the behaviors of serial offenders. Profilers began to analyze various aspects of crimes, including crime scene evidence, victim selection, and the method of operation. They categorized offenders into types, such as organized versus disorganized. This categorization helped investigators construct profiles that included psychological makeup, possible motives, and behavioral tendencies. The practice of profiling operates on several key assumptions. One of these is behavioral consistency, which suggests that offenders will display similar behaviors across different crimes. Another is homology, which posits that similar crimes are often committed by individuals with similar characteristics. However, advancements in psychology have shown that behavior is influenced by a mix of personality and situational factors. This means that similar crimes do not always indicate similar offenders. Despite ongoing debates about its scientific validity, psychological profiling remains a popular tool in criminal investigations and crime films. It provides a narrative framework for understanding serial killers and other offenders. By linking crime scene evidence to psychological traits, profiling adds depth and suspense to storytelling in movies. In practical terms, profiling involves gathering detailed information about the crime, analyzing the method of operation, victim characteristics, and crime scene behavior. This information helps investigators construct a profile that can guide them in identifying suspects and anticipating their next moves. While profiling is not a definitive solution, it serves as a helpful investigative aid, especially in cases involving serial offenders with consistent behavioral patterns. In the realm of crime films, psychological profiling adds a layer of intrigue. It often portrays the profiler as a detective who uses psychological insight to outsmart clever criminals. This dramatization, while sometimes exaggerated, is rooted in the real history and evolving practice of profiling in law enforcement.